Long before the clash at Marathon, the world trembled before the power of the Persian Empire, stretching from the deserts of Egypt to the mountains of Central Asia. It was the largest empire the world had ever seen. At its head sat the powerful king Darius I. He ruled millions. His armies numbered in the hundreds of thousands. Cities fell when he commanded it. Nations paid tribute. But across the Aegean Sea, small rebellious city-states dared to resist him. They were the Greeks, and their defiance would spark a war that would echo through history. Years earlier, Greek cities in Asia Minor had rebelled against Persian rule. Athens secretly supported the uprising. To Darius, this was unforgivable. He swore revenge. Legend says he ordered a servant to remind him every day, "Master, remember the Athenians." Soon, Persian ships were being built. Soldiers were recruited from across the empire. A massive invasion was coming, and its target was the proud city of Athens. In the summer of 490 BC, the Persian fleet crossed the Aegean Sea. Hundreds of ships sailed toward Greece. Warriors from across the empire stood on the decks. Persians, Medes, archers, cavalrymen. When they arrived, they landed on the wide plains of Marathon. It was the perfect place for their cavalry and massive army. From here, Athens was only a short march away. The invasion had begun. News reached Athens quickly. A Persian army had landed, and it was enormous. The Athenians gathered their soldiers, farmers, blacksmiths, citizens. All became warriors, around 10,000. Greek hoplites marched toward Marathon. Their armor was heavy bronze, their shields massive, their spears long and deadly. They would face an army nearly 4 times their size. Leading the Greek army was the brilliant general Miltiades. Miltiades understood the Persians well. He had lived under Persian rule before. He knew their strengths, but he also knew their weaknesses. The Persians relied on light armor and archers. Greek hoplites were different. They fought as a single unstoppable wall. The phalanx. If used correctly, it could break even the largest army. For several days, the two armies faced each other across the plain. The Persians waited for their cavalry. The Greeks waited for the right moment. Neither side moved. The tension grew. Every soldier knew the coming battle would decide the fate of Greece. Finally, Miltiades made his decision. They would attack. Then something happened the Persians never expected. The Greeks started running. Thousands of hoplites charged across the plain. Heavy armor. Massive shields, spears ready. They ran nearly 1.5 kilometers toward the Persian army. The Persians quickly raised their bows. Arrows darkened the sky, but the Greeks kept running. The armies collided with thunder. Shields slammed together, spears pierced armor. War cries echoed across the battlefield. The Persian center pushed hard against the Greek line. Slow live. Greek center began to fall back. For a moment, it seemed the Persians might break through. But Miltiades had planned this. While the Greek center bent backward, the Greek wings pushed forward. Their stronger flanks crushed the Persian sides. Then they turned inward. The Persians suddenly realized the danger. They were surrounded. Miltiades' trap had worked perfectly. Panic spread through the Persian ranks. Soldiers began fleeing toward the ships. Greek warriors chased them relentlessly. Many Persians fell on the beach. Others drowned trying to escape. The invasion army was shattered. The impossible had happened. When the battle ended, around 6,100 Persian soldiers were dead. Only 192 Greeks had fallen. It was one of the greatest military victories in ancient history. The massive Persian army had been defeated by a much smaller force. The Greeks had saved their homeland. But the danger was not over. The Persian fleet might sail directly to Athens. So a messenger named Phidippides ran from Marathon to Athens, nearly 40 kilometers. He ran without stopping. When he arrived, he shouted, "Victory!" Then collapsed from exhaustion. His legendary run would later inspire the modern marathon race. The Battle of Marathon proved something extraordinary. The mighty Persian Empire could be defeated. Greek independence survived. And the civilization of Greece would go on to shape philosophy, democracy, science, and art, all because 10,000 warriors stood their ground against impossible odds.